Welcome to Youth Inspiration, Unleashing Potential. This is a podcast where we spark motivation that kindles the fire of self-belief in the hearts of the young. I'm your host, Jareth Navarre, a father of 8 incredible kids, a sports coach for the youth, and one of the owners of Tiki Shaved Ice and Ice Cream. I would like for you to join us on this journey, tailored specifically for the youth, students, and all young motivational seekers out there. Our mission to reach those who are wrestling with poor mindset or negative self-image and to transform these challenges into stepping stones for success. Whether you're looking for a daily dose of inspiration, practical tips to improve your mental health, or stories that resonate with your own experiences, Youthful Inspiration, Unleashing Potential podcast is your gateway to becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, change begins with a single step. Are you ready to take yours? Yeah, welcome to the podcast. My name is Jareth Navarre, and I am glad you're here. Hopefully, this will be a positive and fruitful experience for you. That is my goal, to give you something of value that you can take on the rest of your day with. So the first thing is, again, I'm Jareth. I got 8 kids. I do a lot of youth sports. I work with kids quite a bit. I am not a medical trained person by any means at all. This is just, I'm 47 years old. I've got a bunch of kids, been working with kids for a long time. These are just my experiences, and this is the goal. And let's start with the biggest reason is why this podcast even started. So basically for the last 3 days, I have not been able to sleep very well. And one of the reasons I can't do this is because on one of our videos on our YouTube channel, The Full Life Crew, we had a video that got several views. And in the comment section, one of the comments was made that, hey, my brother just passed and he took his own life, and this is what the commenter was saying, and I am struggling to find the will to live myself. Oof. And that's just one example of many that I've experienced over my years working with the youth. So I'm going to be speaking directly and to whoever wants to listen, but it is directed toward the youth. I want to talk directly to the youth. I feel like a lot of young kids out there, from young adults to, that 8, 9, 10, 7-year-old range. It's crazy to me that if you go into a room full of kindergartners and you ask them, who's going to be an astronaut? Everybody in there raises their hand. They're all going to be astronauts. But by the time they get to the 6th grade, you say, hey, who's going to be an astronaut? Maybe 1 or 2 kids raise their hand. By the time you get to high school and you say, hey, who wants to be an astronaut? That kid in high school is not going to raise his hand, period. Something happens along the way of their development, and they lose their self-image, they lose their mindset, and they get consumed by so many other things. And I think it's not put in front of them enough that they understand that they are the gatekeeper to their mind. They control their destiny. If they want to live their life to the fullest, it's a choice. If they are sad, that's a choice. If they're happy, that's a choice. If they're angry, that's a choice. If they're content, that's a choice. Everything in life is about the choices we make. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I made a choice to not just sit around anymore and let these young people try to figure it out on their own, right? There's a lot of kids out there not being raised with a dad, and I think a male influence in a child's life is critical. The mother's is essential, and the father is critical. I am here to help attack the key points and the key thoughts about how we can improve our mindset, how we can stay motivated, stay positive, how we can win, how we can exceed, how we can excel in life, in the classroom, on the field, at home. What can we do? What are the steps? What do we got to do in order to be better, to live better? And I hope I'm able to bring that to you. That is my goal. That's my objective. This is not even number 1. You'll probably say number 1, but it's not. This is just an introductory of why I'm doing this. I just can't sit by anymore. I can't sleep at night unless I say something. And if I can reach just one person, if I can if I can reach one person that had the same thought process of that commenter on my video, and maybe give that one person something to hang on to, something to use, something to live by, then I feel like I made change in the world. And that's what I'm trying to do. When? I don't know when. I'm going to try to do 10 of them, and I'm going to try to get them all out as soon as I can. There was no schedule. I'm just going to make them and produce them and send them on their way. How can you help? Okay, this is crucial. How can you help? What can you do? If you're a parent or if you're a young person, take this. If you know someone that's struggling, send it to them. I'm going to try to keep all the podcasts down to about 8 or 10 minutes. Some of them maybe even shorter, 5 minutes. That way you can listen to them on the way to school, on the way to work, on the way home. Try to keep it small, condensed, short, and hit it right to the point, because I've been in hundreds of meetings, and when you sit through some of these meetings, it's like you forget what they talked about because it was so long. So I'm going to try to hit it hard. I'm going to try to hit it impactful and try to give you some value. And what can you do? You can give it to someone else. You can share it. Hit the share button. Send it in a text. Send the link. Send the email. Post it on your social media. If you share this, what if you shared it and that person was commenting on somebody else's YouTube video or texting someone the same thoughts, and you could send them one of these podcasts, and maybe it'll touch them, maybe it'll help them. I don't know. So I ask you to share it, send it out. Let's try to help the young people. Let's try to help the young people grow and develop to be healthy, functional people. So be sure to check out our very first podcast on these 10 crucial topics, and the first one being attitude, and how important it is. We're going to start right from the top and try to set the tone. Be sure to tune in next time, because change starts with you, and it starts with one step at a time.